Rashad walked in the center aisle and approached the steps leading up to the stage. Suddenly, he caught a movement out of the corner of his eye, as if one of the curtains had swayed, for just an instant. Rashad stopped and looked around.
Is anyone there?
His voice echoed through the silence of the great room. The curtain hung limp alongside the stage. Must have imagined it, Rashad thought, as he climbed the steps to the stage. Still, I'd better keep my eyes open. Some homeless person might have broken in and taken refuge here. Probably not dangerous, but you never know. But as Rashad glanced around, his smile was replaced by a puzzled frown. A few feet away sat one of the strangest things he'd ever seen on stage, a tall glass box with a myriad of wires coming out of it. Inside the box was a high-backed chair with more wires extending down the sides. Looks like a cross between a telephone booth and an electric chair, Rashad thought. Curious, he moved closer. I wonder what this is used for, he mused. He was reaching out to touch the contraption when he noticed something. That's weird, he thought. There's no dust on it. He ran his fingers across the glass to make sure. But unlike everything else in the theater, the glass box was immaculate. Suddenly, the lights went out, and Rashad was standing in total darkness.
What the?
Rashad said aloud. He felt a cold draft on the back of his neck. He started to turn around, but never had the chance. Wham! Something hit him on the top of his head. Rashad staggered and fell, landing face down unconscious on the dust-covered stage. Rashad groaned and tried to open his eyes. His head throbbed, and even moving his eyelids hurt. He was still lying on the stage, but now he was on his back. Barely opening his eyes, he saw that some of the stage lights overhead were on. They cast an odd light onto the stage. At least the power's back on, he thought. He tried to use his hands to help himself sit up, but couldn't. Raising his head off the floor, he saw that his hands were together with some kind of thin, strong rope. He tried to get to his feet and discovered that his ankles were roped together too. He felt like a calf at a rodeo.
Help!
He winced as there was a pain zing through his head.
Somebody help me!
Everything was quiet. Rashad let his head drop back to the floor. There was no one to hear him, he realized. That is, no one except maybe the person who hit him and tied him up. Rashad inched along the floor of the stage, his eyes growing a little more accustomed to the strange light. He felt cold terror. Had he stumbled onto a criminal's lair? Chills crawled up his spine. What was going on here that would cause someone to attack him and tie him up? Somebody was coming. Rashad heard a determined step. The blurry figure of a tall but slightly stooped man appeared in the dark recesses of the stage.
Who are you? What do you want?
The man moved a little closer, but not close enough for Rashad to get a good look at him.
Perfect.
Rashad was confused.
Perfect? What's perfect? You, my boy, are perfect. Absolutely perfect. I'm just the guy Miss Robinson hired to clean up this place. Oh, you'll find out soon enough.
He turned to the side and seemed to be addressing someone nearby.
Alright, get busy.
From out of the shadows, Rashad saw a large figure appear. Suddenly, Rashad heard the auditorium door slam. Hey, Rash,
you in here? Franklin, man, get the cops! You fool, you don't know what you're doing!
He turned to the other figure.
Let's get out of here.
But as they turned to go, the man said to Rashad,
I'll see you again.
Then they were gone. Rashad! I'm sorry.
Stop!
Strong rope.
Oh my god.
He tried to get to his feet and discovered onto a criminal liar. He wondered.
Blair!
The blurry figure of a tall but slightly stooped man appeared in the dark recesses of the stage.
Who are you? What do you want?
The man moved a little closer, but not close enough for Rashad to get a good look at him.
Perfect! No, man.
Rashad was confused.
No, that's
and heard undetermined stuff. The blurred figure of a tall but slightly stooped man appeared in the darkness recesses of the stage.
What's going on? Who are you? What do you want?
Suddenly he caught a movement out of the corner of his eye, as if one
I
of the
didn't get
curtains
over there yet! Okay.